Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Darren Jones. We're coming back at you on a Wednesday, and it's raining like cats and dogs down here. So you know what that means. I'm not working today, so I might make a few videos. Anyway, before I start this video, this is not a pro-gun video. This is not an anti-gun video. I reserve my opinions for myself. So you can feel one way about it, or you can feel the other way about it. Feel free to leave a comment. I will not block you. I will not erase your comments. I will let them stand. So, because what you leave on my page really doesn't affect me, because I've sort of gotten over that phase of YouTube. But anyway, I just want to point out a couple of things and point you into some factual direction. Now, keep in mind, like all videos, there are time constraints. So, you just have to do some research on your own, man. I can't point out every little fact, so you don't have to come on my page and do a dissertation and correct me every time. Damn, if I point you into the right direction, go there and find it yourself, right? We all got the internet nowadays. But anyway, I want to speak about Piers Morgan. And I want to speak about, first, why is he in America? If Britain, if the UK, England is such a great utopia, why is he in America? Why did he leave his broadcasting job in England? So, I don't really know. Can you tell me? Somebody please leave a comment on the page, because the way he talked about England, I wouldn't have never left. Now, there are some things that we do know, though, that we do know about England, though, or the British East India Company, which was the founding element of Britain. Okay? So, this guy, he's all of a sudden bashing gun rights and, this right. But the reason why the founding fathers, those white guys, those slave owners, set up the Second Amendment was because of his fucking country. Basically, they didn't want to go through it again. So they set certain protections in place because they didn't want to go through what England had put these new settlers through in America. That's just the gist of it. That's the reality of it. Now, let's go back a little further than that. Let's go back to what the British soldiers did to the Native American Indians. Say about, I think it was 1754, about 1767. It was a 13, 14-year span where they used basically biological warfare to rid most of the Indian population with smallpox blankets. See, we conveniently forget all this kind of shit. Now, during the Revolutionary War, they intentionally used civilians and black soldiers and black people that were infected with smallpox to further decimate huge population areas, because they were playing real dirty. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a lot of examples of British colonialism or imperialism, and I'm just going to name them, and you have to do the research. But collectively, conservative estimates put the British death toll through their policies and colonialism at 1 billion people worldwide. Okay? So, who is this guy to sit up there on CNN like his shit don't stink? Like he does not represent the country with the most blood on their hand in the world before America. Because we're not even that bad, and we're pretty fucked up. So, let's go to Australia, barbarism in Tasmania. We know that they came there, say about 1803. They had some surveyors. They had some prisoners with them. That's how they always do. They send the worst of the fucking lot, and they had soldiers with them. The indigenous people in Australia were first massacred by these prisoners. Then Britain said, you know what, we can conquer them. They sent 5,000 soldiers over there and basically wiped out all the indigenous people except for about 300 people. They were so bold that they paid £5 per body for each Indian that these fucking criminals brought them. Then let's go on to Kenya during the Mau Mau uprising. And you really have to read into this because it's a very diverse subject. And you have to look into the Kikuyu tribe and British concentration camps. They're the masters of concentration camps, basically. You think the Nazis were fucking bad. Their death toll was somewhere about 50,000 people. Then let's go into the real big one, and that's Bengal, India. British colonialism ruled over India for 18 decades, about 183 years. During this 183 years, about 30 to 35 million people died as a result of British imperialism and their policies of starving these people and taking their food and giving it to other countries. And these deaths were a direct result of British rule and their policies as subjecting the Indian people to be subjects. And it's a fact. We know this. And it was basically a Holocaust, man. And then, we can go to how they did their next door neighbors, Ireland, during the Irish potato famine. Look at how they starved the Irish people. Some conservative estimates in a 4-year period based off English policies, man, 2 to 4 million Irish people died as a direct result of them being subjects of the British Empire. Then we can go to South Africa, the Boer genocide, where they actually put women and children in concentration camps between 1899 and 1902. Somewhere between 28 to 38,000 women and children died in these camps, man. That was all English people now. Then we can go to Iraq in the 1920s when they crushed the Arab revolt. Okay? Then we can go to Indonesia. 1 million deaths, direct result of British support of the Indonesian army and their policies. Because there was a Indonesian Communist Party revolt against the government. And who helped suppress that? England. Then we can go to now, and we ain't even gotten to World War II yet. I mean, these people been killing for a long fucking time. Then you need to look up Oman. You need to look up North Yemen in 1962, and then you need to also look at Africa in the 80s. So who the fuck is Piers Morgan to sit up there and lecture you on CNN like his country spread democracy, which is basically a word that was created to take over and conquer? Who is he to sit up there and tell you, as an American, what the fuck to do and how violent we are? That's all I got to say about that. Peace.